Hey guys, Vile Self here, bringing you a commentary on Black Ops 2, playing some hardcore domination on the map Magma. I normally don't do commentaries, but I thought I would try it out. I'd like to talk to you guys about something. The main topic I'd like to talk about today is brand loyalty. By brand loyalty, I mean, being dedicated to a specific brand as a consumer. If you like, Apple or Android and you'll only stick with Apple if you're an Apple fan, or you'll only stick with Android as an Android fan, or you only wear Nike and you'll never touch Adidas, or you'll only buy LG instead of Panasonic or whatever. This is brand loyalty, and I feel like a lot of consumers limit themselves when they're brand loyal. I would like to give an example. For instance, my dad, a few years back when he was getting his first flat screen TV, he went to Best Buy and he basically beelined towards the Sony TVs and said, Sony's the best brand, it makes the best products, I'm gonna buy a Sony, blah blah blah. And he spends a whole bunch of money and buys this Sony TV, and he's totally happy with the TV. But me personally, I'm sitting there going, I don't know about the picture on this TV. It's not that great, and the size wasn't the best, but the price was pretty high because it said Sony on it. So I went out a little while later and I go to buy my TV, but I'm the kind of guy that likes to do consumer reports, and I like to look at the reviews and look at the ratings of these products and do product comparisons, different brands, different models, this, that. So I end up going with a Sharp TV. Now Sharp is a far less known brand than Sony, but my TV is 10 times better than my dad's TV. It was cheaper, it's bigger, the colors are more vibrant, the blacks are deeper, the whites are brighter. Everything about my TV is better, and my dad's kicking himself for being so dedicated to Sony, but that's brand loyalty. He went with Sony because Sony's supposed to be tried and true, and he knows Sony makes great products. I'm not saying his TV's bad at all. The Sony Bravia is a great TV. A lot of people have it. It's very great, but if he just shopped around a little bit, he could have found a way better TV for a better deal and been much more happy with the overall results. Um, Another example I have is a guy I know who's probably watching this right now who only uses Apple products. He will not use a PC. He will not use an Android. He will not use any form of MP3 player other than an iPod or an iPhone. This guy is so dedicated to Apple that it's the only product he will use. He won't even consider purchasing another product because he's so tried and true on the Apple brand that other products don't even matter. Now, Apple releases an iPhone approximately every year. He's already going to buy the next one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The next one is already bought in his mind. Doesn't even matter if it's a great upgrade from the first one. Doesn't matter if it's a great upgrade from the one he has right now. Doesn't matter if it's, double the price. Doesn't matter at all. He's buying it because he's loyal to the brand and he wants to support it. And in my opinion, people like that are cheating themselves. Um, Now, since this is, you're watching a video game channel, I'm going to get more to the point here and discuss video games, primarily the new next generation consoles that are being released, being the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I have several friends who are PlayStation 3 friends who have already told me that they're buying a PlayStation 4. They've made up their mind already. Even before February when Sony did the presentation, these people made up their minds already. I find that kind of weird. On the other end of the spectrum, I have Xbox friends who also said they're buying the Xbox One. They knew nothing about the Xbox One, but they're already gonna buy it. I find that a little weird. Don't you want to at least find out what the console is about before you start dedicating your money to it? I mean, that to me is brand loyalty at its finest because these people are so dedicated to their brands that they're willing to dedicate their hard-earned money to this product before they even see it, before they even know what it's about. You know what I mean? I find that to be bad consumerism, and in my opinion, you're hurting yourselves if you're gonna do things like that. So, my advice is, like, as a consumer, no matter what I buy, if I'm making a big purchase, whether it's, a console or a TV or a computer or a car or whatever, I am looking at consumer reports. I am looking at ratings. I am going on online and I'm looking up all types of information, looking at all the pros and cons, and narrowing down my possibilities to the point where I pick what's best for me. Now, when it comes to video game consoles, what am I buying a video game console? The primary question is, why am I buying this product? Well, I'm buying it to play video games. That's the main reason I'm buying it. So, when I compare the Xbox One presentation against the PlayStation 4 presentation, I mean, in that respect alone, it's a no-brainer. PlayStation 4 presentation was all about video games, and the Xbox One presentation was all about entertainment. So, if I'm buying the console for video games, then I'd be stupid to go with anything but the PlayStation. However, this was just the first of several tidbits of information that we're going to be receiving over the next, few months till the consoles are released. E3 is around the corner, and that's when we're going to find out a lot more about these consoles, what they can do, what they're capable of. We're going to see a lot more games for the Xbox, and probably see a lot more features for the PS4. Now, am I saying my mind's made up right now? No, of course it isn't, because I'm not the kind of guy to jump the gun and make my mind up on these kinds of things. As it sits right now, though, PlayStation 4 is heavily, I'm heavily in favor of the PlayStation 4, strictly based on the fact that, I want a console for gaming. I don't want a console for Skype. I don't want a console for watching TV. I want a console to play video games. And I mean, history has a tendency to repeat itself, and if you look back at the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, and the PlayStation 3, every console Sony has ever made has been top-notch. I mean, the only console that comes close to even comparing to a Sony console is the Xbox 360, and I mean, of course a lot of people are going to disagree, but I feel like in a lot of ways, it's an inferior console. I mean, the graphics are basically the same. I mean, they each got their share of exclusives that are great, but when it all boils down to it, when it's all said and done, I think the PlayStation brand is just the best brand in console gaming, and it has been for years, since the early 90s, early to mid 90s. What was it, 94 when PlayStation came out? So I just feel like anybody that settles on an Xbox without even considering a PlayStation is doing themselves an injustice. I don't think it's fair to themselves. And on the other end of the spectrum, I don't think it's fair for anybody that's a Sony fan to decide they're going to get a Sony without giving Xbox a chance. I mean, I owned an Xbox once. It died on me. I gave it a chance. I kind of lost respect for the company after that. But that's where I stand. Brand loyalty is something that'll kill you as a consumer. You're going to end up paying money for something that you might not necessarily even want, and there might be other products out there that are much better suited for what you really need. So anyway, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. 45-0, hardcore domination. It wasn't the most exciting, but I thought I'd upload it anyway because it was a flawless. So anyway, I hope you guys like the commentary. Let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments in the comment section. Tell me if you guys are excited about the Xbox One or excited about the PS4, what your feelings are. Have you decided which one you're going to buy yet, this, that, and tell me what you think. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.